It's a winning Wednesday. We're going to win today. That's right. Big day today. Hey, it's Last Minute Betting. It's me and Jabari. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors. We're going to do something completely different today, Jabari. When I whip it on you, you're going to go, really? We're going to do that? Yeah, we're doing it. Trust me. Hey, don't forget, folks, live chat is available. Please like this show and subscribe to this. Subscribe, all right? That's all I can tell you. I'm ready. We had a home run dinger parlay yesterday. Mike wanted to do 6. We hit 2 out of the 6. It would have been $5 to win $254,000, but you know how that works, Jabari. But you know what we're going to do today? Hey, how you doing, Justin? You know what we're going to do today, my friend? We're going to put us a little Prize Picks home run.
Okay.
Together. Going to do something a little different. We need, you know what? I haven't been doing as much of the fantasy recently, but I, decided to dabble in it a little bit more. And had a little bit of success. So I just want to get back into to doing this. So home runs. Bob, let Jabari speak when he answers this. Jabari, is Wilt a top 5 player of all time?
I think we'll hold off on that. You were saying something. We'll come back. But let's let you finish first, and then we'll talk about Wilt.
Well, we're going to do a home run parlay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm saying. Now, look, let's get to this Wilt thing, because Randall and I both believe that Wilt's a top 5 player. You can't have 118 50-point games, have the only recorded quintuple double in the history of the NBA, and average 20-something rebounds. Have a game where you're scoring 50-something points, 32 rebounds, 12 assists, 20 block shots, and 11 steals. Are you kidding me? I don't care what level of competition you're playing against. I don't care if it's grade school. When you put up those kinds of stats, you are a man. And you know what? Wilt was a great player. And yes, we have gotten into this discussion about top 5 all time. And I'll let you jump in, Jabari.
Okay. I start with the question, I guess. If Wilt is a top 5 player, then is Bill Russell a top 5 player?
No.
Okay.
And I watched both of them play against each other. Okay. Wilt always got his. I mean, he always got his points. Okay.
Okay.
The same could not be said about our man from Boston. Okay.
How many rings does Bill Russell have?
Are we going to go by rings?
No, we're not going to go by rings, but it does matter.
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure Bill Russell, I think, has 3 or 4.
Hi, Steven.
Let me double check before
it's probably
go
more
into the. Oh, excuse me. Russell has 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me.
Right.
Bill Russell has 11. So if you're gonna say Wilt Chamberlain is top 5, you automatically have to add in Bill Russell at top 5. Okay.
11 rings. That was a dominant time in the NBA for Red Auerbach. That was all Red Auerbach putting that team together.
They were playing against plumbers. Okay.
Oh my God! You know who you sound like? You sound like Justin. Okay. Here's the bottom line. Okay. Now you're going to get me fired up. All right. Let me just read you some statistics. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, Wilt Chamberlain is the only player ever in NBA history to average over 50 points per game for a season.
Okay.
50.4. All right.
All right.
And he had in that one season, just that one season alone, he had 45 50-plus games and 15 60-plus games and 3 70-point games. Oh, and let's not forget the one in which he scored 100 points.
Okay.
Unless the NBA introduces the 4-point shot, that record is never going to friggin' be broken.
All right. And for those same statistics, Bill Russell had 5 MVPs, made All-Star every single year besides his first year in the league. Wilt Chamberlain didn't even do that. Okay. Wilt Chamberlain only has 4 MVPs and a Rookie of the Year. They both averaged around 22 rebounds per game, total rebounds per game in both of their days. Wilt has them beat on points, but Bill Russell has 11 rings.
Okay. That's fine. Wilt's still a top 5. Okay?
So then you, by default, have to put in Bill Russell top 5. You have to.
I mean, that's a tough one for me.
You automatically have to, and that's where
most
of the people that argue it either way, that Wilt's top 5 or Bill's top 5, I don't think they're top 5. To me personally, I think they're top 10 for sure, absolutely, but they're not top 5 for me. First of all, I didn't grow up watching them. Second of all, go ahead.
Let's get something straight here, Justin. MVP voting doesn't mean shit. It's a vote by sports writers. It don't mean shit. Okay? That is not how you judge the greatness of a player. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got Michael Jordan 1 and I got Kobe number 2. Yes, I've got LeBron 3.
Yeah.
Justin is a nut about LeBron. A nut. And he
LeBron's not number 1 for me.
Here's where this came from. He said Wilt Chamberlain was the most overrated NBA player in history.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. There you go. And that is the crux of the argument, not all this other bullshit that you're spewing there, Justin.
Because there's three people, I don't care what era they played in, would have undeniably dominated, in my opinion. But actually 4. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain. I'm just saying. I don't care. Okay. And you could technically not make a case for Bill to be on that list, but Wilt was just so dominant. Kareem had a dream fake that was pretty much unguardable. And then Magic was just a master facilitator. He brought the word to facilitating. Besides him and Jerry West, they brought the word facilitating inside the game. Magic modernized it. Jerry was the start for me.
Thank you. Stephen Landrum jumps in. Bench players win rings.
Yeah,
too.
and
Absolutely.
Patrick McCaw for the Warriors has 3 rings, but does that mean he's even top 50? No. That's why I said rings don't matter necessarily, but they do kind of matter. They're not the whole story, but the rings are part of the story. If I promise you right now, if Charles Barkley won a ring, Charles Barkley would be arguably a top 20 player of all time, but he never won a ring.
You said Wilt's not top 5, so you agree he's top 5. You're just saying you got to put Russell in the top 5 too.
If you're gonna put Wilt top 5, you have to put Russell top 5. Okay. It's the same thing when people make that Eli, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger Hall of Fame speech. Yeah, right. All 3 of them are in the same level, top of the trash pile for me. Ben is probably at the top. Then it's Eli because he has 2 rings against one. One of them was an undefeated Patriots team. Phillip has no rings. So if Phillip gets in, Eli deserves to be in, which therefore means Ben deserves to be in.
Yeah.
There's no way to separate the 3. It's the same thing. I know Russell and Wilt were kind of in 2 different eras. Wilt didn't come in until kind of the back end of
Oh no, they were playing. Whoa!
Actually, no. They both came in around that 58, 59.
They played against each other.
Yeah. Okay. So no, actually, I'm not even gonna say that. No, it's the same thing for them. Those 2 are attached.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. They're attached. If you put in one, you have to put in the other.
Then I'll take that. And if you're going to do that, as I said, I've got Michael and Kobe 1 and 2. And then if Wilt's going to be probably 5, you know, and maybe I put Russell 3 and Magic 4 and Wilt 5. But if that's your top 5, I can go with that.
Yeah, like top 5. Personally, they're not my top 5. My top 5 are probably LeBron, Kobe, and not the top 3 aren't in any order. LeBron, Kobe, MJ. KD is no longer a top 5 player all time for me. Kareem is top 5 for me. Shaq is top 5. Shaq is number 5 for me. Number 6 is probably Kareem. And then 7, 8, 9, like KD's not even in my top 10 anymore. Sorry, with the way he has really ruined his legacy for me, KD's not even in my top 10.
Well, I'm going to go right now, and I'm just telling you right now, I will take Kobe over LeBron any day of the week because of money shots, along with MJ over them too, because of money shots. When the game is on the line, I don't fucking care if it's a final or the first game of the season. You want the ball in his hands. And you know what? I got to disagree with you on Shaq completely. Okay. I love Shaq. Okay? Shaq's in my top 10. But I'm sorry. When you have the kind of stats that Wilt Chamberlain has for his career, he is undoubtedly a top 5. Kareem couldn't rebound like him. Kareem couldn't block shots like him. Kareem couldn't pass like him.
But Wilt was in an era. Wilt was in an era where nobody else was 7-1.
Hold on. He actually played against Lou Alcindor, bud.
Okay.
You gotta remember, he gets into the 70s also. It's not just the 60s. Okay.
By the time he got into the 70s, he was pretty much done.
Hey, you know what, Justin? I'm sorry. You and I are going to disagree about this, and I'll argue until my head turns blue. But you ain't going to win because my mouth's bigger than yours. Anyway, I love Wilt, and I was looking at all of the Wilt records the other day, and it was just absolutely insane. And then you know what? I'm going to throw something else at you. That you know what? He was doing that while being a sex fiend. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you're able to jump and get rebounds the way he did? Are you kidding me?
Well, you know the way testosterone works, Bob, right? So him being a sex fiend probably helps to do all of that. So
anyway.
But I will say Wilt actually did lose 2 rings to the Knicks. So whether you slice it or not, Wilt did go on to lose 2 rings for the Knicks or against the Knicks, even with playing with Jerry West. They still got handed by the Knicks.
Right, here we go. Most double-doubles all time, 968. Most consecutive double-doubles between 1964 and 1967. 227 consecutive double-doubles. I'm sorry. That is insane.
And even through all of that, even when he played for the Lakers, guess who scored the most amount of points for the team? Because it wasn't him.
No, it was Jerry.
Correct. So, at this point, and that team was stacked. They had Elgin Baylor, they had Jerry, they had Wilt. So, either way you slice it, yes, you can give me all these great Wilt stats, but there was still somebody better than him. Even on the teams that he was on, except for when he was on the Warriors team, I say a little bit, and then what was that other team?
Okay, now hang on. Here's the thing about Wilt that I don't think that you guys realize. Okay, we're talking about the 40 and 50 points. He won 7 scoring titles, 9 field goal percentage titles, 11 rebounding titles, and he even won an assist title. And here's why I put him ahead of Kareem. Kareem had, the most indefensible shot in the history of the game, the skyhook.
Mm-hmm.
But Wilt had fadeaways. He had jump shots. He even had one-handed finger rolls, man. I mean, I watched the dude play. He wasn't just one-dimensional. I don't think people realize that. How many times you ever seen a guy 7 foot with a finger roll?
First of all, how many times you ever seen a guy 7 foot with 76% of the possessions in his hands, besides Jokic?
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, like, I mean, you're gonna have the most amount of assists when you don't have a point guard, which is why when he went to LA, he didn't have to be the point guard anymore. His stats fell off. He didn't have to be. Jerry was the point guard.
31,000 points, 23,924 rebounds.
And his stats in LA don't even compare to when he was on the Warriors or Philly.
Or Philly, right.
Like his first year on the Lakers, he only averaged 20 points a game. Every other year before that, he was above 24.
Oh, yeah. He averaged 30.07 for his career. Second best all time to who? Michael Jordan. And 22.9 rebounds per game. That's the all-time leader. And are you ready for this? I love this. He averaged 45.8 minutes per game. Are you kidding me? That's for a career. How can you not put him in the top 5? Those are insane stats.
Like I said again, a modern day comparison, right? This is like comparing James Harden, that 2016, 2017, 2018 James Harden, who was averaging almost 30 points a game, to OKC James Harden. It's not even comparable. Like, he had a team. In Houston, he was the team. Wilt was the team when he was playing for that old Warriors team and Philly. When he got to the Lakers, he had a team. He had Jerry. He had Elgin. So he was doing all this on his own team.
Right. No, that's fair. I agree.
So,
I agree.
I think a lot of people are like, Wilt had a 100-point game, not with the Lakers. He had a 100-point game off the Lakers because they gave him the ball. Wilt was the team, and nobody could stop him. So, I mean, if nobody can stop you and you're the team, why stop giving it to you?
Right. I you know what? With the 100%, I'm going to tell you, some of those games against Bill Russell were legendary, man.
Right.
You know, and that's why I can't put Shaq in that category, because Russell, Chamberlain, and Jabbar are legends. I love Shaq. Mm-hmm. Shaq is the most powerful big man that ever played the game. Okay. His assortment of shots, offensively, let's face it, he just overpowered you with his dunks. Okay. You weren't, and he actually, I think Shaq is an underrated passer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But, beyond that.
The reason why I say Shaq is in there is because Shaq changed the game in a time where big men ran the game. Like Shaq, we're talking Hall of Fame big men. And I said this the last time we were on. I said he had Akeem, he had David Robinson, he's playing a young Tim Duncan. Shaq was playing against all teams are going out to draft people to stop Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
And Shaq's stats never fell off. Shaq's best version of him was in Orlando. Before he came to LA, was pretty much in Orlando. He was at his peak form. He was very slim coming out of LSU, and he was still really good, averaging 23 points as a rookie, one rookie of the year. His last year, pretty much in Orlando, he had almost 30 points a year. When he went to LA, none of that dropped off. He got that much better. Right. And then you add in Kobe to all that. It's just like Shaq, like I said again, Shaq really changed the big man game in a non-fundamental way, because nobody to this day, to me, can replicate what Shaq did. Shaq's drop step is arguably the best drop step ever in NBA history.
Okay, now, I'll give you that.
As far as power, but as far as finesse, Hakeem has got him beat by hand. By far, Hakeem's got to beat Hakeem and
now hold on. Robinson. As far as a post-up player, okay? Now I'm going to tell you, if you never watched the Wilt finger roll, okay, I'm telling you, bro, you got to go watch some Wilt highlights with the finger roll. It's pretty impressive. And you need to watch his fadeaway. Hakeem had a fadeaway too, but Wilt was doing that long before Hakeem was ever around. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe some of these guys copied a little bit of Wilt too. Wilt was the guy who started that shit, you know? All right, now, am I biased? No, I'm not at all, because I got to tell you, I used to get Mike's favorite player was Kobe. I really used to not like Kobe at all. I said he was overrated, that he wouldn't have won.
Really?
Oh, I used to give Mike trouble about it all the time. But after he passed away, I really realized, and I tell you what, it was the show on Showtime where he was coming back from the Achilles.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever saw that.
No.
Oh my! If you've never seen it, you should watch it.
Okay.
What he went through to come back from that Achilles was absolutely incredible. And he was a gym rat for years since he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this guy lived and breathed basketball like I never, ever, ever seen ever in my life.
Uh,
I really didn't realize that. So I came up with an opinion without the knowledge, which I believe, Justin, you're coming up with the opinion without the knowledge. Sorry. And you can call me a nostalgia tard all you want. I really don't give a shit. All right. How's that?
Look, all I'm gonna say is this: that's why MJ gave him as much respect as he did, because he knew Kobe really had that dog in him. Okay, that's the best way I could put it. I mean,
Right.
people, even in high school, the way people talked about Kobe's work ethic, you know, like you don't understand how that is for a high school kid. But Shaq has even said it multiple times. Like, Kobe was 1-on-1. His work ethic, like he
Right.
wanted to prove he was the best. It was almost, to me, it's almost like looking at another MJ. Now he's not as great as MJ in my opinion, but it's still pretty much like
It,
another MJ clone.
it's kind, yeah, it is kind of like that. And when he was young, he used to dunk a lot.
Yeah.
So, all right. Look, we've only got a few minutes here till some of these games start. And I'd like to put together just a 5 or 6 pick home run parlay. And here they are right here. Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz. I'm actually going to go with Jose Ramirez. That's going to be my first pick. But we're picking from this list right here.
Okay.
All right. And Luis Robert, CJ Abrams, Lindor, Vientos, Pete Alonso, Jordan Alvarez.
Yep. I like Jordan. Put him on there.
Put him on there. Marcelo Zuna, I think we got to put him in there. Do we go with Adolis?
Possibly. Yeah. I don't think San Diego's bullpen, in my opinion, is that good. Let me see who's pitching tonight for them.
Okay.
I don't think their bullpen is really worth a dime, if I'm being honest, but that's just my personal opinion. San Diego.
And does Ohtani hit another one? I mean, he made Alex a ton of money last night.
Possibly. I mean, they're going back against Arizona, so I mean, I don't see why not. But let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, they got Missouri on the mound. I don't think Missouri really is gonna fend off Adolis, to be honest with you.
All right, let's do that. We've got Castellanos, Baum, Turner. I don't know why Edmundo Sosa is on there. Salvador Perez, Byron Buxton. Buxton coming back from that injury. Bowers, Reese Hoskins, McMahon for Colorado. I mean, he probably, this is at Colorado. You probably got to put somebody in that game in this.
Yeah, but who?
Yeah, good point.
Like that's the thing. But who? Like it could literally be anybody. But Ohtani, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put Ohtani in there. How many does that give us now? 4. Let's go to 6. What about Trey Turner?
Is the Yankees playing tonight?
I
don't think they are.
I'm just going by. These are the popular picks right here, right now.
Yeah.
The Demons and the Goblins. O'Neill Cruz, Brian Reynolds, Miles Michael is pitching.
Yeah.
Let's go with Brian. And then we'll get one more. Lindor or Alonso?
I'm gonna have to say Pete, only
All
because
right.
I know Pete has more home runs than he does.
All right.
Um,
Maximum of 6 picks allowed. Do I have that in there? Yes, I do. Now there's going to be a payout shift. So that's going to give me 100 times. $5. I'll win $500. There you go.
imagine that.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Meantime, let's go to the positive EV page, see if there's anything happening out here. I gotta get Justin to calm down about this Will Chamberlain stuff. He's taking it. He's in love with LeBron, which I don't get, but whatever. I mean, I do like LeBron, and he is a top 5 player. He's just not. I can't put him over Kobe, and I can't put him over MJ. I mean, I just can't. All right, let me get some of these out of here. Bet openly, boom. Dabble, cut, hot streak, penny, parlay play, price picks. Get that stuff out of there. I'm gonna take thrills and rebet out too. I don't have them. All right, now we got some plays. Now, as you know, we've talked about this. I do not like player runs and player hits, but I'm telling you one I do like: Marcelo Zuna to get an RBI tonight. I mean, we've got him for a home run. We'd be stupid not to put him in here for an RBI, right?
Okay.
I mean, if he's going to hit a home run, he's going to hit an RBI.
Yeah, I guess.
Obviously. So, don't
Yeah,
like.
because the home run counts as an RBI, right? The RBI
Right.
themselves.
That's
Okay.
right. He's driving in
I always
himself.
forget.
Yeah. Player outs, Christian Scott over 15.5. You know what? I'll take that. That is not a morning coffee pick. I almost called it a morning coffee pick.
It's an afternoon coffee pick right there.
There you go. There you go. Now we've got some soccer plays in here. I'm going to stay on strikeouts. I actually like that play too. He's kind of a ground ball pitcher. I saw an Austin Riley over player bases. Like player bases, player strikeouts, player outs are my favorite player props.
Player outs are a good one.
Oh yeah, player outs are a very good one. The Rangers minus a half a run, first half run line against San Diego. I mean, I expect the Rangers to win tonight. They've got to do something to turn their season around, man. Are you hearing any buzz down there? Houston and the Rangers just absolutely not very good.
I mean, yeah, it's a downtime for Houston baseball. Sorry, well, Texas baseball, really in general.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the Rangers are hurt. Houston, I mean, first of all, we got to get the bullpen settled. We've been saying that even for the first half of the season, first 20, 30 games, we have been saying that. It still hasn't gotten any better. Yeah, we offloaded Abreu, but I mean, we still owe him money. So it's not like we really got rid of him when you're still going to be paying him. So
Right. Now, what do you think about this ninth inning total runs? That somebody's going to score in the ninth inning of this Cardinal Pittsburgh game.
I usually tend to stay away from that. I have to look up the statistics, but I want to say that usually there's probably about 40% of the games maybe they're scoring in the ninth inning, and that's just not good enough odds for me to really pull the trigger on it, even as a sprinkle.
Right.
Because if the game's not close,
right,
then they're really not going to do anything.
Yeah, and in a close game, you got to give the edge to the Cardinals because Ryan Helsley has got 30 saves in 30 opportunities.
Yeah.
Number one in the National League. Maybe all baseball. Oh, boy. I tell you what. Justin, he comes in here. He's got a ton of opinion.
You're coming up with the opinion without the knowledge. What are you talking about? You base greatness on the individual stats. Look at everything and all accolades. Bob's hook to finger parlays. I
Okay.
like player outs, but they aren't my favorite just because the coach can technically put. He can, but if they're usually going to be, first off, they really are on pace as far as the pitch count. Um, then you're usually gonna be okay. And most places like the Dodgers, Glass now, even was it Mushimoto, whatever his name is. I can't remember what his name
Yamamoto.
is. Yamamoto. Usually if they start off okay, usually it's sweat free. That first, second inning are crucial. By the time they get to the third or the fourth, you're usually okay. So anything that's usually around 17 and a half or 15 and a half, sorry, 14 and a half for me, even 15 and a half to a certain extent, I'm okay with.
Well, it depends on the pitcher, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain guys that you'll see a number come up. And what I do, man, is I just go and I look at how many games they started, how many innings they pitched, and
Yeah.
averaging more than a strikeout per inning because I can get all of that information for strikeouts and outs within less than a minute. It's
Yeah.
right there in front of me. I know what he's averaging, and I just go by what he averages. And if it looks good in that regard, if he's averaging 5 2/3 innings per start and the number's 15 and a half, it's on the over, I'll take it.
Yeah. And people like Gavin Stone, like Gavin is usually going to average around 5 to 6 innings per game. So usually he's going to be pretty good. He doesn't have a bad ER this year. So like people like Gavin, I'm okay with taking a bet at the 15 and a half. Like I'm okay with that. So
Right.
like there's been a couple of times this season where he's gone 5 and 5.2 and 5.1. So I'm okay with taking him, at 15 and a half. So but I agree with you. And I even take a look deeper. Like, I definitely try to see, first of all, where they usually at as far as pitch count, because usually they're going to settle around a range for the amount of pitches that they want, or if they're giving up a lot of runs. Bob picking out stats again.
About, son? What are you talking about? Picking out stats? Dude, it's just a matter of averages. It's all math. It's what he averages, okay? And you know what? Pretty well, because I do this every single day, it pretty well works. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up 18 grand.
Ooh.
How about that?
At 100, tell him, Bob.
At $153 day. Okay. We'll take that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into betting heavy. I just got as you know, a tornado flew through my car last month.
I know.
So I'm finally financially recovering from that. School's all paid for, so my scholarship money covers the rest of that, and we graduate in the fall. So
that's awesome.
We're pretty much gonna be done.
That's awesome, dude. That's great. Hang on. Let me find it out here. $18,780. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, everybody out here, including you, Bob, there's a great website that gives you a lot of these stats, especially advanced stats that I use.
Okay.
It's called Baseball Savant. Okay. The website is baseballsavant.mlb.com. Great website, by the way. Pitch location, pitch speed, spin rate, inning by inning analysis, even analysis as far as how far they think they're going in the inning, live data. This is a great website right here. This is where I go for all of that data that we talked about. I go here. It is a little bit intimidating at first, but once you get used to it, it's great.
Another one that you might consider. Let me find it here. God darn it, where's it at? Now, please don't tell me I lost it. Where's my home runs? Hang on. There is a home run, and I've got it bookmarked here, but I just can't seem to find it right now. And I don't know why. Show all bookmarks. All right, here it is. Home run tracker, onlyhomers.com /daily. It'll give you the last couple of days. You can look, you'll see what pitch they hit the home run off of, who the pitcher was, what the distance was, what the exit velocity, the angle, how many outs, what inning, any runners on base, the whole 9 yards. For instance, yesterday, Lowe, Peterson, Otani, Bobby Witt Jr., Christian Walker, Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, Suzuki, Ramos, Correa, Turner, Judge, Alonso, Doyle, Lowe, Margot, Kreidler, Turner, Mallory. There was a bunch of home runs yesterday, dude. We just missed out on the parlay. We just didn't have the right ones, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was 42 homers yesterday. So, yeah, this is pretty good. I like this.
Yeah, it's real good, isn't it?
It's pretty good. I need some win man's not doing so great last month or two. Yeah, it's because we're in the off season, bud. This is where people like Bob, they strive at a time like this because it ain't nothing but golf and baseball and hockey, playoff hockey.
You got to grind it out, man.
Yeah. Us regular bettors, the NFL and NBA bettors, this is our downtime. You either need to be stacking for August, September, or trying to find a way on getting with people like Bob. You know?
Okay, here's the deal. Here, I just want to I want to know right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, is Paul George going to make a difference or not?
In Philly, if he can stay healthy and Joel can stay healthy, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, think about who they got rid of to get him. They let Tobias Harris walk and go to the team he should have been on at the start of the season, the Pistons.
Right.
And then you get PG. PG's just a better version of what they were expecting Tobias to be.
Okay.
Theoretically speaking. But in that same breath, PG and Kawhi did nothing together.
Right. That's true.
So
Kawhi got hurt so much, man.
Yeah, it might be time for Kawhi to go ahead and, I'm not going to say hang it up, but yeah, dude, like if he comes into the season, which God forbid, I hope his knees are great. But if he gets hurt again this season, he really needs to be taking a look in the mirror and just kind of deciding what he's really going to do.
Hey,
but,
speaking of retiring real quick, retired today, right? Or yesterday. Kemba Walker.
Oh, yeah. But he was already playing overseas anyways.
Yeah, I know.
So when he retired, nobody really heard about it, to be honest.
So
him and Shabazz Napier were playing overseas. I don't know if you remember Shabazz.
Yes. Vaguely.
Yeah, for UConn. It used to be cold at UConn.
Yeah, I don't remember him like I do Will, though.
Yeah.
I guess because Will had the headband. Will was friggin' cool, man. You know what? He was cool before y'all knew what cool was.
He was cool and a freak. That's what he was.
And you know what? He'd go on all them talk shows and what have you, and he was great. He was a great interview. The whole 9 yards, very entertaining. And top 5. And actually, as far as now, when it comes down to the most entertaining players in an interview, well, you'd have to get Shaq and Charles in that top 5.
Yeah.
But you put Wilt in there too.
Not top 5.
There you go. There you go. There you go, Brendan.
Freaks were cool then.
That's right. Yes.
Hey, if Freaks was cool, then I guess you must have been a freak too, Bob, because
I was a kid. Dude, I was a kid in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, but I remember the game when Willis Reed came out in 1973. They didn't think he was going to play, and he come out in Madison Square Garden, and that was when Dave DeBusschere was hitting shots, long, and Bill Bradley and Walt Frazier was phenomenal in that series. Walt Frazier was the man.
Okay. I'm reminiscing on memories, huh?
Oh, I loved that. Who cares about what?
Who cares about what?
What? Goodness gracious. What are you, an old man?
Are you talking about Will being freaky? Obviously, we don't care about that. We were just saying.
Yeah, we're just talking, man. We're just having fun. That's cool. I loved Wilt. Wilt was great, you know, just like I love Joe Namath. You know, Joe Namath didn't have what you would call a stellar career, He won that one Super Bowl, and he guaranteed that they were going to win. And that made on the headlines. And that guy, Joe Namath, was doing pantyhose commercials, guys. I mean, come on. Can you imagine that being nowadays? Insane. Great stuff. You know what? Don't diss them boys that played back in the 60s, all right? In any of them sports, okay? Because back when I was young, you had Willie McCovey, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Orlando Cepeda, Joe Torre, Bill White, Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, Joe Pepitone. I mean, Harmon Killebrew, Frank Howard, all kinds of great players. You know what? To get to the present, you got to go through the past. That's the only way you get to the present. And to get to the future, you got to go through the past and the present. So that's how it works, folks. That's my advice for you today. You know what? I'm going to leave the show on that note right there. Happy 4th of July. That's all the fireworks we got here today. I'm going to send a bottle rocket to Vancouver. I'm sending a bottle. I never said he was top 5, okay? I never said get off this top 5 bullshit. God. All right. See you later. Jabari. Everybody, peace.